It's Cascadia Coast News. It's been a long night. Anyways, gosh, these Democrats really get on my nerves. You guys gotta watch this. These people are they're like little children. Just listen to them.
I think at that time I wrote an article praising Obamacare. It was either in the New York Post or the Daily News. So the facts are I was there. Let me finish. Thank you.
Now that the stage is narrowed to 6 candidates, we encourage each of you to directly engage with each other on the issues.
I'd like to talk about who we're running against. A billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg. Democrats are not going to win if we have a nominee who has a history of hiding his tax returns, of harassing women, and of supporting racist policies like redlining and stop and frisk.
To beat Donald Trump, we're going to need the largest voter turnout in the history of the United States. Mr. Bloomberg had policies in New York City of stop and frisk, which went after African American and Latino people in an outrageous way. That is not a way you're going to grow voter turnout.
I'm going to pause that for a second. That's coming from a self-proclaimed socialist. Yeah, self-proclaimed socialist. Bernie Sanders is a socialistic bastard. Anybody who wants to vote for him is out of their damned mind. In all actuality, anybody who wants to vote for any of these people are out of their damn minds.
Actually welcomed Mayor Bloomberg to the stage. I thought that he shouldn't be hiding behind his TV ads, and so I was all ready for this big day. And then I looked at the memo from his campaign staff this morning, and it said that he actually thought that 3 of us should get out of the way. That is what his campaign said, because we should pave the way for him to become the nominee.
The mayor makes an interesting point. The mayor says that he has a great record, that he's done these wonderful things. Well, the fact of the matter is he has not managed his city very, very well when he was there. He didn't get a whole lot done. He had stop and frisk, throwing close to 5 million young black men up against the wall. And when we came along in our administration, the President Obama, and said we're going to send in a mediator to stop it, he said that's unnecessary.
And that is coming from Stutterin' Joe Biden. Yeah, Stutterin' Joe. Y'all got to look up what he's been saying, especially in like Louisiana and New Hampshire. Anyways, back to this woman.
To get everybody's health care plan out here. Mayor Buttigieg really has a slogan that was thought up by his consultants to paper over a thin version of a plan that would leave millions of people unable to afford their health care. It's not a plan, it's a PowerPoint. And Amy's plan is even less. It's like a Post-it note, insert plan here. Bernie has started very much, has a good start, but instead of expanding and bringing in more people to help, instead his campaign relentlessly attacks everyone who asks a question or tries to fill in details about how to actually make this work.
And most Americans don't see where they fit if they've got to choose between a socialist who thinks that capitalism is the root of all evil and a billionaire who thinks that money ought to be the root of all power. Let's put forward somebody who actually lives and works in a middle-class neighborhood in an industrial Midwestern city. Let's put forward somebody who's actually a Democrat.
If I go back and look at my time in office, the one thing that I'm really worried about, embarrassed about, was how it turned out with stop and frisk.
I do think
the reason Bloomberg is saying that he is embarrassed by stop and frisk is the fact that he's trying to get elected as the president of the United States of America. The man is not sorry for what he did to New York. And the fact of the matter is, none of these people should even be in office in the first place. They're all socialistic dictators wanting the seat of president. And, you know, honestly, if you vote for any of these people, our country is frickin' screwed. If you get any of these people into office, our country is done. The Democrats are frickin' crazy. Republicans aren't much better. The fact of the matter is, we need a change of government entirely. We need to go back to the roots of our country and start cleaning house, because all of these people are out of their frickin' minds, and they're against the American people, and they're against our rights, which are inalienable rights granted by God, Yahweh, our Lord, and they are trying to take them away. Now, I don't care if y'all believe in God or not. That's not my problem. Fact of the matter is, I do. I am a watchman. That's why I mention him in all of my videos. Anyways, moving on.
I think that this really is about leadership and accountability. When the mayor says that he apologized, listen very closely to the apology. The language he used is about stop and frisk. It's about how it turned out. Now, this isn't about how it turned out. This is about what it was designed to do to begin with. It targeted communities of color. It targeted black and brown men from the beginning. And I hope you heard what his defense was. I've been nice to some women.
This Warren chick's out of her mind. Did you look at her gun policy? Did you look at her, what her gun reform looks like? You might want to look that up before you decide to vote for her.
Doesn't cut it.
We have a very few non-disclosure agreements.
How many is
Let me
that?
finish.
How many is that?
None of them accuse me of doing anything other than maybe they didn't like a joke I told. And let me put, there's agreements between two parties that wanted to keep it quiet, and that's up to them. They signed those agreements, and we'll live with it.
And when you say they signed them, and they wanted them, if they wish now to speak out and tell their side of the story about what it is they allege, that's now okay with you? You're releasing them on television tonight?
Senator? No.
Is that right?
You're on the committee that oversees border security. You're on the committee that does trade. You're literally in part of the committee that's overseeing these things. And we're not able to speak to literally the first thing about the politics of the country to ourselves.
Are you trying to say that I'm dumb, or are you mocking me here, Pete?
I'm saying that you shouldn't trivialize
I made
that
an error. People sometimes forget names.
I saw some of the.
All these people are arrogant as a motherfucker, man. You could just tell. The eyes say everything. The facial expressions say everything. You know, if you've served in any kind of capacity, in any kind of military, you know the body language. The body language says everything. These people are freaking crooks. Every single damn one of them. You could tell by their eyes. You could tell by their faces. You could tell by their demeanor. They're all arrogant as hell. They're all fighting and bickering like schoolgirls in a locker room. Listen, how are any of these people, even in office, trying to take care of our country? Trying to look after the American people when all they do is bicker back and forth? It can't happen. You can't have a country being managed by individuals who are less minded than children. Little children would run this country better than these people because they actually respect people. I almost couldn't even watch this because it's just sickening to me.
Those tweets regarding the Culinary Workers Union. I have a 30-year, 100% pro-union voting record. Do you think I would support, or anybody supports me, would be attacking union leaders? It's not thinkable.
But leadership is about what you draw out of people. It's about how you inspire people to act.
No, Pete, that's not what leadership is about. Leadership is about putting the people first. A good leader puts his people first, not last, not under his feet like a footstool. That's not how you lead a country. You put the people first. You put the people that you are supposed to be protecting first. not last. You don't put your money first there, Pete.
And right now we're in this toxic political environment. Leadership isn't just about policy. I think, at least in broad terms, we're largely pulling in the same direction on policy. But leadership is also about how you motivate people to treat other people. And I think you have to accept some responsibility and ask yourself what it is about your campaign in particular that seems to be motivating this behavior more than others.
Anyways, you guys can go check out the whole political debate if y'all want to. Me, I have a hard time watching these clowns try to debate each other. But let me think what you... sorry, it's been a long night. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Anyways, y'all have a good night.